strump. It had been sheer luck the damage hadn't been worse, she knew. That didn't help heal her faster, though. Another pale flash shot across her line of sight, and she frowned. That wasn't in her head. There had actually been something crossing the road ahead of her. It had looked like a half-dressed woman. Even as she turned her head to follow the woman's path, a pair of men dressed in nothing more than jeans ran past the front of her vehicle. Without thinking, Max turned the pickup to follow them. Dealing with humans in trouble wasn't her job, but she couldn't stand by and let a woman be chased down by two men. The pickup caught up with the trio at the end of the next block. This was a business district, and all the buildings were empty at this time of night. The woman was cowering in the recessed doorway of an office building, pressed back against the red brick wall, the building's lobby dark, its glass doors locked for the night. It looked like the woman was wearing nothing more than a pair of jeans and a sleeveless top, short, spiky dark hair standing out from her head. The two men were looming over her. Max couldn't see more than their backs, but the tension in the men's shoulders and closed fists was clear. Max left her engine running and got out. Even though she was off active duty, she was still dressed in her usual work clothes of a leather jacket and tough, flexible trousers, and she was armed. She pulled her badge out from under her jacket and drew her handgun, but kept the muzzle pointed to the ground. The three people seemed to be having a low-voiced argument of some kind. The woman, no, girl, was pleading, tears streaming down her face. There was a trail of vivid bruising along both of her arms, shocking against her pale skin, as if she had been gripped by large hands, and one side of her face was swollen. She was trying to make herself as small as possible against the wall. "Marshal's service," Max announced herself. The men stiffened, but did not immediately turn around. In the orange glow of the street lamp, Max could see that both were leanly muscled and had intricate tattoos on their right shoulders, the trail of the tattoos jagged, geometric designs extending down their arms. "We don't need your help, Marshal," one of the men said. He half-turned towards her, and she saw the hard planes of his face and the flicker of power in his eyes. Not quite human. That probably made him dangerous. "Two men? Chasing a girl through the city at night? I'd like to hear an explanation for that," Max said, keeping her voice calm with an effort, trying to project confidence in her posture. It was difficult when she was keenly aware of the disadvantage of her human nature and the handicap of her injured leg. Her fingers tightened on the gun grip, but she kept the weapon lowered. The girl was behind the two men, and Max didn't want to risk hitting her with a stray bullet. "It's family business," the man said. His companion hadn't moved, still watching the woman. "That's not an explanation," Max said. "It wasn't meant to be." He fully turned to face her, and she saw that the tattoo spread across the front of his shoulder too, an old, intricate design. It made Max's mouth go dry. She knew that symbol of intertwined triangles. Everyone who was part of the city's law enforcement agencies, human or supernatural, would know it. It was the mark of the Huntsman clan, one of the 5 families that ruled the city. Unlike the other 4 families, the Huntsman clan members were not related by blood or family ties, but rather gathered together a variety of non-humans in search of a home. They were also vicious criminals, although the power of the clan meant that very few of their members had ever been successfully convicted of a single crime. The Huntsman clan fell in the murky ground between the Marshal's jurisdiction over supernatural creatures and the city's police, who dealt with more mundane human crimes. The Marshal's primary focus was on the creatures who couldn't pass for human, but they would make an exception for a rogue who caused injury to other city residents. As it was, the standing order from the Marshal's office was to avoid the Huntsman clan where possible, particularly where they were involved in any non-supernatural crime. The system was far from perfect, as far as Max was concerned, but taking on the entire clan would be tantamount to starting a war in the city, and she honestly wasn't sure who would win. Like all of the families...